We have a very short amount of time, so we should get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Agriculture and Aquaculture meeting, March 11th, 2026. So we are going to cross House Bills 665 and 666 off our list because apparently there are amendments being offered in the Senate, and the Senate leadership seems ready to move on them. So we're going to wait and see what happens and hold them here in the House. I do want to take up, first of all, House Bill 972, which is April Miller's Maryland Fair and Agricultural Education Promise Fund. So this bill has been heavily amended to get rid of its very large fiscal note. Delegate Miller essentially took the fair funding out of it, and what remains is $125,000 worth of funding for agricultural education and FFA. So, Kristen, can you share with us?
Sure. I see Delegate Foley's in the waiting room. I'm going to let her in.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hi,
Yeah.
Delegate Foley. We're just starting with House Bill 972. I was just saying that it's now $125,000 of funding for FFA and agricultural education, and Kristen is about to take us through the bill.
So the bill is still establishing the Maryland Fair and Agricultural Education Promise Fund. Instead of using proceeds from the state lottery, it would now distribute $125,000 in the local impact grants from video lottery terminals. And that would provide funding for so it'd be $75,000 in funding for the Maryland Agricultural Education Foundation to promote and enhance statewide agricultural education, and $50,000 to Maryland FFA Association for ag education and career development. Language is also added authorizing the grants to be used to maintain and develop youth ag programs, including prioritizing funding to organizations including 4-H clubs and the Maryland FFA Association for the provision of recognition and awards. And then you can see the area of the bill is restoring certain current law that relates to funding for ag fairs, which I know they're not really receiving it, but and then language is coming in from the
Teddy or Abby,
video.
can you speak to this person?
Someone's on mute. Someone needs to mute themselves.
I don't know if I'm in the right place. Is this Augustine's office?
Sorry?
Is this Augustine's office?
Someone is not on mute. Can you please mute yourself, whoever you are? Thank you very much.
So
Okay.
the section that's being added is relating to the local impact grants, where there would be a redistribution of $125,000 to the Maryland Fair and Ag Education Fund being established under the bill.
Thank you very much. Discussion on the bill? Thoughts, questions? Anybody? Seeing none, I would like to move
I have my
favorably.
hand up, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, I did not see that. Go ahead.
So I still am a little concerned about the fiscal note at 125,000. Do we need Kristen to go to appropriations and get a sign off on this?
Well, we'd have to go through the chair first, but yes, this does exceed the fiscal limit that requires approval from appropriations. So the chair would have to, he decides which ones go down to appropriations.
Okay, so how does that work? If we adopt the bill, then it goes to appropriations, or he takes it down there, or what?
I can let him know what the will of the subcommittee is. What happens next is up to the chair.
Yeah, because the bill doesn't have any meaning if it doesn't have the money, right?
Right.
It does have the money. It's in the sense that it would take the money from, it would allocate.
Needs approval.
Right, it needs approval. It has, the money comes from these local impact grants, which come from video gambling.
Okay.
But we could, we could reduce the amount that we're asking for by doing only FFA funding or only ag education funding. That would be one possibility. Either one of those would get it well below the 100,000. What's the thinking of the committee?
Well, you might want to wait and just see what happens if, if the chair is able to get approval, after checking in with appropriations. I just don't know where they are right now. Instead of getting ahead of it, maybe we should wait and see what that outcome is.
Madam Chair, you have 3 hands raised.
That was my feeling. I'm not, why am I not seeing them? Hang on, I'm sorry. Go ahead, whoever was first, and let me see.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Delegate Baker. So back to the $100,000 approval needed. Is that just for if it comes out of the general funds? This money's not coming out of the general fund, correct?
It's all funding, special funds, general
Okay.
fund.
Thank you.
That's a limit that's set.
125. Thank you.
That's something that's set often at the beginning of session by the Speaker's office.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think given that this is a meaningful bill and it is not too far above the $100,000 limit, given also that we're not a budget committee, we're a policy committee, and we can make recommendations on policy. And if the will of the committee is to move this bill, then we can depend on our colleagues on the budget committees to assist with the finance, the fiscal part. But personally, I'm prepared to vote on this bill. So thank you.
Thank you. Delegate Guyton.
Thank you. I second what what Delegate Lewis just said. So I was just going to support the bill as is and see if, as mentioned before, we could get the appropriations to okay the funding for it. I was going to throw to the sponsor who I see is with us, not necessarily a question at this time, but for her to think about if there's any way that what she would be most comfortable cutting if and only if appropriation says we have to cut some off this bill. And I don't know we're really there yet, but I would say maybe we move it and see what they come back with.
Let's see where we get. Delegate Jacobs.
All right, now, Madam Chair, I would make a motion to approve the amendments for the 125,000 and on the approval of the chairman and the appropriations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Move the
Seeing
bill.
none?
Can we move the bill under
Second.
those same conditions as it has to go to the chair and for his approval and then approval from the appropriations for the 125,000 that's listed in the amendments of the bill now.
I believe we can do that. Yes, second. Or somebody else seconded. Great.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm an aye. Anyone opposed? Great. The bill passes conditional on the chair being okay with the funding. Thank you all so much. We are now adjourned so that environment can get started. Thanks very much, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.